Here we are. Yay. We're back. We're back for the attack. Thank you so very much. Wow. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing, lovely? Hilda, how are you doing, girlfriend?
I am good. I am in recovery mode from the weekend. I had a fantastic weekend in San Benito, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. I know, I don't know if you know, maybe you do know, but it's been all over the place. But we had the Conjunto Museum grand opening this past weekend, and it was amazing. So many phenomenal people there.
Yeah, well, I wanted to say thank you so very much for making that effort because you and Rick, of obviously your husband, but both of y'all as part of CHR Records, y'all went and were integral into the reopening of the Conjunto Museum, which first of all we have to say thank you for y'all guys being such a huge part of this, and give us a little rundown on why y'all guys had to get into this and reopen this, as far as why did it close and what was the steps that it took to reopen it.
Well, I don't really know the full history. That's more Rick's cup of tea.
Mhm.
I kind of jumped into the whole Conjunto Hall of Fame maybe about 10 years ago, give or take, just as their national anthem singer. And so I would just basically tag along with Rick, and he would always host and MC all of their induction things. And so I would just tag along, and he'd be like, hey, here's my artist. Can she sing the national anthem? And then it just kind of became an annual thing, which was kind of cool. So flash forward to now, the Avalas have become really good friends of ours. And so when they had to do the whole relocation of the museum and everything like that, I know that they were looking for a building for a while. So they finally worked something out with the city. They got this great historic building. I really encourage everyone to go and check it out. It is just the coolest thing I've seen in such a long time. And they did so much work to try and get that museum up and running for this grand opening, and they did an amazing job. Actually, I have Rick right here. I'm gonna pull him, and he's like, "No," he's shaking his head. But
Come
he's
on,
gonna
Rick.
talk about
Come
the
on.
stuff that he doesn't like. So come on, I'm gonna bring him over here, and he's gonna share with us a little bit about the Conjunto Museum and kind of like the what happened, because oh my God, this weekend was just amazing.
Who am I talking? Oh, Lawrence. I didn't
Just
know
an
who
impromptu
I
interview.
didn't know who I was talking to. Now I'm okay. He's been there.
Hello, Rick.
Hi there,
So
You're
Rick.
really,
right up there.
How are you?
really, the question was first of all just a little bit of background on why because what people don't understand, it takes a lot of us as supporters of Tejano music, conjunto music, in order for stuff like the museum to happen.
Oh, it really
So,
did. Yeah.
what was the reason for the closing, and what steps did it take for us to reopen, or for not us, I mean for y'all to reopen the conjunto museum in this new location, which is a really good location, by the way.
It really is. And when you said us, you're exactly right. We're all in this together. It goes back to, I guess, around the year 2001. A gentleman by the name of Ray Avila had a vision, and he wasn't a musician. He was just a lover of conjunto music. And so he went back and did some research, finding out that Narciso Martinez was either the founder or one of the original founders of Conjunto Music, who lived right here in San Benito. The very first record label, Ideal Records, was also located right here in San Benito. And they're the ones that did the original recordings on Beto Villa, Gilberto Perez, Tony de la Rosa, Valdemar Huerta, you name it. That was the only label around. And after that, Ray Avila formed the Texas Conjunto Museum. And then after that, he did a Hall of Fame induction every year and inducted other people. I don't remember who the original like 8 or 9 people were, but every year after 2001, a few got inducted. And the museum actually just, they outgrew it with more and more people coming in every year. And then the families of the museum, the families of the pioneers that were inducted, they started donating artifacts. Like Ruben Vela's family donated one of his accordions, and they donated his favorite suit that he would wear when he performed. So there's a mannequin of Ruben Vela's costume, and then there's a photo of him wearing that exact same costume. Gilberto Perez, there's one of his accordions, and different things like that. So, bottom line is they outgrew that museum. Now, Ray Avila, the founder, he passed away. And then when that happened, I think pretty much everybody thought, okay, that's it for the museum. It's not going to happen anymore. It's over. But his kids have really kept up his vision. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Sometimes the dreams of a visionary will fully manifest itself in the children. And that's exactly what happened. Peter Avila, Patricia Avila, and I think there's a couple others that remain in the background, along with the matriarch, uh, Ray Avila's widow. They have come together. Somehow they were able to purchase a beautiful, beautiful old building called the Aztec Building. It's historic in San Benito. And they don't make architecture like that anymore. It's 3 stories high, and so that we won't run out of room there. Right now, the first floor is almost filled up. Then there's a second floor, and the really cool thing is, on the third floor is actually a big open area outdoor dance floor, and they've got a great big shell, a seashell, and inside that seashell is where the stage is, and it overlooks the Resaca, and the sun when the sunset goes down. You've never seen anything so beautiful in your whole life. Now, eventually, the goal is going to be to open that up, hold some dances there. I was telling Peter and Patricia Avila, I would love to do some videos there. It's historic. Everything about that building is historic. So that was the whole deal, and it took, my goodness, it took several years to put it all together. But it is all together. They had the grand opening this past Saturday. They expected 150 people to be there. Turned out there was over 400 there. So politicians, Mayor, Congressman Vicente Gonzalez was there. The mayor was there. Um, I had the honor of hosting it, and my lovely wife here put together a conjunto, and so she did a conjunto set. And the really cool thing is, she always closes her shows with that song "Chain of Fools," the Aretha Franklin song.
Right.
And, uh, and I've heard her do that with blues. I've heard her do that with orchestra, and big band, the whole thing. But I had never heard her do it with conjunto. They pulled it off. And the conjunto girl, I forget her name, Elisa.
Elisa de Hoyos.
She's awesome. She got down. She was making that thing sing, and and on drums and bass player, bajo sexto player. I mean, they all clicked, and it was really an afterthought. They rehearsed once here in the studio, and Chain of Fools was not in the set. Then they just started goofing around playing it, and they said, "Well, let's go ahead and do this." So they did, and it was actually the hit of the show. They had some promoters from Lubbock say, "We want you to come up to Lubbock and do this for us over here." So you never know when a door may open, and I think the Texas Conjunto Hall of Fame and Museum is going to continue to open up a lot of doors, but more importantly, it's going to preserve a lot of history and a lot of heritage. And DJ Indio, I know that you're really into all of this. It would be an awesome honor for us if you would come down and do some filming here and talk about it. I mean, you can't, words cannot describe it. You got to see it. You just got to see it. So I encourage everyone that's in or around the Rio Grande Valley area. San Benito is the Conjunto headquarters, the birthplace of Conjunto, and the Texas Conjunto Hall of Fame and Museum, located on Robertson Street. Very easy to find. It's one of the most beautiful pieces of architecture in San Benito. So I encourage everyone to come out.
Thank you so very much for that, Rick. And also like to remind people that it's not just that. Also, that you still have an opportunity to help out the museum, because there's still room for y'all to donate. If you want to donate, you can go ahead and donate there as well. There's always room to help. You can always help in whichever which way. Rick, are you aware of where people can donate, or is there a way that they can still help out the museum, and in which way they can do that?
Well, yes, and it's a nonprofit organization. They are a 501c3 organization. And I would say, for starters, to go to the website. That's the Texas Conjunto Music Hall of Fame and Museum. And you can probably actually website is fine, but nowadays people use Facebook probably a little bit more. So I generally go to their Facebook page when I want to see what's going on. And there you can just message them. You know, I like what you're doing. How can I donate? Believe me, they'll get in contact with you.
And a big shout out to Bobby Castaneda from California. Says saludo. Hello, Hilda, Rick, and Lawrence. Thanks so very much, Rick.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
And Norma Pacina as well from here from St. Angelo.
Wow,
Congratulations.
Norma, thank you. It means a lot.
Hey, Miss Norma.
It's real good. And thank you very much, Rick, for helping us out, man. I really do appreciate.
You
And
got
also,
to step out of camera now.
also thank you so
Otherwise,
very
I'll be
much.
here all night talking to you.
Right. And also, thank you so very much for helping us out with the fundraising on the women and children's shelter that we did a couple of weeks ago. That was really.
By the way, yeah, that's a whole other thing I wanted to tell you, Lawrence, that you helped out in that so much and gave so much of your time and your energies and your artists and so unselfishly, and they were so appreciative, and it did help them. They're trying to build a new building. They're trying to, prevent violence, domestic violence for the women, and the women need a place to go. It's called Friendship of Women, and we did a fundraiser for them. And Lawrence, I think you were the star of that show.
Oh no, I wasn't. I think Hilda was. She's the one that sang the best.
Well,
I was the sound guy.
she was the sound man and the singer at the same time. But you just gave so much. First of all, you drove like 16 hours.
Yeah.
You brought some of your talents with you, and then your donations were so appreciative, and your donations encouraged others to donate. So it was a very successful night, and I thank you for being a part of it.
Anytime, brother. I'm here to help. That's what we're here for, to help each other. And thank you so very much, Rick. I appreciate you for giving us the update, and we're here for you whenever you need us, man. We're here to help out.
That's good to know. Take care, everybody.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye,
Everybody.
honey. I'll see you tonight.
That was honey Rick Garcia from CHR Records helping us out there. So thank you so very much, Rick, for all your time and for informing us on the Tejano, the Conjunto deal. That's really awesome. Which it's good to know. It's good to know that that's the that's what we need. We need to keep ourselves informed as far as what all the hard work that we put in, because we do, it's kind of one of the things that we, like in the nursing field, nurses, sometimes they go through that where they do all this helping and they don't realize the in support of what happens with all that help. But it's nice to hear an update, for all of y'all, that there is good stuff that's coming out, and we are doing some stuff. And how important is it, for those of y'all, some of y'all know that I am doing a documentary on some of the Tejano legends, and I'm trying to capture some of these stories myself. And the unfortunate part is that I myself am recovering from an illness. And during COVID, we lost some of our pioneers because of COVID, and some of those stories they just didn't get captured. And so it's unfortunate. And so it's good that we keep remembering these stories, because who are we if we don't remember where we're from, right?
So true.
And so with that being said, let's go ahead and change gears a little bit. We're going to be sharing some of the new music that we have here today. Some of the new music that's been introduced and here recently. We had so many new songs here in the past few weeks. And I was like, man, we got to catch up, because we've got a lot of songs that we've been introducing. But first of all, we didn't get a chance to properly introduce your song. We talked about it a little bit. We talked a little bit about your filming it, because we talked when you came back after filming it.
Yeah.
And we you even mentioned that you were going to release it later on that evening, but we really didn't get a chance to do any of it. So let's go ahead and take this opportunity real quick to talk about your song, because it's a beautiful song, powerful song, as a matter of fact. But almost all of your songs are very powerful, because you're a great singer. But tell us a little bit about this song, Amor Condicional, because it's got a great meaning. It's got a good. It's a wonderful song. And tell us a little bit about the history of this song.
Wow. I mean, the first time I heard this song was probably a little bit, about a year and a half ago. And it was written by a really good friend of mine, Mr. Pedro Marroquin from Brownsville, Texas. And I'm just so honored that he chose me to sing this song. And just the lyrics are just so deep and powerful, and it just talks about loving somebody just so much, like, hey, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna love you, and I'm gonna love you with all that I have. And it's just such a powerful song, and I'm very blessed that I get to sing the song and bring life to the song. We went down to Mexico to shoot the music video. We were there for 2 days. And you know what? We just had a blast. It was just so much fun. Getting to be creative, not just musically, but on screen as well. That was my very first music video by myself. So that was no pressure at all, right? But it was a lot of fun. When we went into the studio to record, I did bring in a vocal coach, which was Pedro. Pedro came in and he coached me the entire way because I wanted to make sure that it was done the right way. And that's something that's very important to me. So when you have the opportunity to bring in the songwriter, who just also happens to be a phenomenal vocalist in his own right, it's powerful. And I just took direction, and I was like, okay, and then he just said, okay, great, now make it your own. This is the blueprint, so now dress it up and make it you. And so we are a great team in the studio. We've got so many more songs that we're working on. It's going to be an entire project. He is also the same one who wrote Caprichosa. So, this entire project, this is the second single off of that project. And hopefully it'll be finished this year. That's what our goal is. And so with Amor Condicional, I wanted to make sure it came out right before Valentine's Day, which it did. Video drops, I want to say like 2 weeks before Valentine's Day, which was awesome. And it's doing really, really well. And I'm so appreciative of all of the fans out there who have been showing the song and the video a lot of love.
And talking about showing people video love, Daniel Garcia from Big D's Facebook group, he's always sharing music videos and showing support for Tejano music in its entirety. And it's a great song. And, like you said, you're carrying it by yourself, because I love your Christmas videos because you got a lot of them. And we talk about it all the time. So that being said, this is Hilda Lamas with Amor Condicional. This is Indio, that's Hilda Lamas. And this is the song Amor Condicional.
Un amor sincero, eso quiero yo de ti. Un amor divino, solo para mí. Un amor que tenga la fuerza del huracán. Un amor completo, no digas que me das. Solamente pido que me des tu atención. No seré esa gata que maulle por tu amor. A mí me vas a amar con 6 sentidos. A mí me vas a dar lo que te pido. Amante sin control de noche y día. Amante se encuentro a la vuelta de la esquina.
Ooh, Amor Condicionale. Look at that. It was so pretty.
Aw, thank you.
So let me ask you this. Where did they get the couple? Because they were like smoochy, smoochy.
They're actors.
I know, it was cool. Norma says, amazing, beautiful, amazing voice, beautiful song. Congratulations. Thanks very much, Norma. It is an
Aw,
amazing
thank you,
song. And
Norma.
it's a beautiful song. And, and that's why I needed to play because I was so like, oh my gosh, and it's
Aw,
great.
thank you.
And it was perfect timing because of it's the still Valentine's kind of era. I'm one of those guys that I really don't do a lot of Valentines. You know,
Well,
um,
Lawrence, I was wondering where my flowers were this year because I'm like sitting here thinking, I
no,
didn't get any flowers from DJ Indio this year. Like,
I
what's
just,
going on with that?
I just can't do that. I'll tell you why. Here's the deal. You shouldn't rely on a holiday to express your love. First of all, second of all,
True.
Valentine's Day should be almost every day. You know, it should be a constant. You should try to show your love as much as possible.
So then
And
you're going to be sending my flowers tomorrow?
okay, I will.
Sorry, I just had to. You kind of left yourself wide open there, buddy. No, I agree. Like Rick and I, we really don't celebrate Valentine's Day or of course you have all your holidays, but we don't really have like any tradition, I guess you can say.
Mhm.
We just kind of do for each other every single day, just a little bit here, a little bit there, and that's that. Like I know he loves me, and he better know that I love him.
Bobby
No,
say, whatever happened to Hacienda Records? Hacienda
dude,
was kind of, I think it was the hurricane that hit it, and they had to,
Bobby wants to know truth. I don't know how much truth can you handle tonight.
oh yeah, I was trying to cover it, so
No, okay, so I'll do long story short, PG version.
PG version. Okay,
PG version.
do
the
it.
the light edition. Um Basically
Du-du-du-dum.
what happened is most people know that Rick and Roland, the brothers, they co-founded Hacienda Records like in 1976 or something crazy like that. I don't know all the details of the history. But they co-founded it. The idea was birthed in their mother's living room, and Hacienda Records was born. And they had a very successful, trajectory. They did a lot of really cool things. Had a lot of amazing artists. Lisa Lopez, Tony De La Rosa. All of these amazing people throughout the years. And so,
Albert
um,
Zamora.
yeah, and unfortunately, Rick's brother Roland passed away. When that happened, there was a lot of different changes, and people get interested in this and that, and just a lot of everybody's going in a lot of different directions, basically. So, long story short, they just kind of said, okay, like Roland's daughter went and did her own thing. And then Rick and I, we decided, you know what, we're together now. It's an us thing. We've always done music together since we met each other. So it's kind of a no-brainer. We formed CHR Records, and that's what we're doing. So we wish everybody else the best in whatever it is that they're doing. But they just have to do it over there. We do it over here, and hey, and that's we just coexist very well. So that's pretty much what happened to Hacienda Records. We are re-releasing a lot of the old masters because Rick does have access to those and permissions to do all of that really cool stuff. So be on the lookout for some of that stuff on digital music platforms, and hopefully even some CDs. I don't know if we're going to manufacture yet. We're still kind of in the talking stages of that if we're going to actually do physical re-releases, but it most definitely will be online.
One of the things that I'm looking forward to is Ruben Vela's daughter. It's Marcela, right? Mar-
Marisa.
Marilisa. Yeah,
Yes.
she's something else, man. She's not along the same lines as her father, but she's got a voice and a whole song of her own, and she's carved her own niche, and she's very well. She should be respected for her own path. But the fact that she's returning to some of the stuff that her father did, that's, the inside scoop that I've gotten. And I'm really excited to hear some of the stuff that she's gotten, because she's a true consummate musician, singer, and she's
Yes.
just somebody that's I'm highly anticipating. And I'm waiting to get her on the show. We just
Hey,
wait.
you just say the word and I'll make a few phone calls. She's one of our artists at CHR Records. She's also one of my dear friends. I think the world of her. She actually performed this past weekend with me over at the Conjunto grand opening over at the museum. So that was really cool to get to see her on stage. It had been a hot minute. But yes, she's been hard at work at the new album. Rick is producing it. And from what I understand, because we have this thing. So while we have our studio here at the house, I make it a point to kind of leave the house when there's sessions and play because I don't want to spoil it for myself later. But from what I understand, yeah, I like the little anticipation. They are re-recording a lot of her dad's songs, like her favorite songs that her dad had recorded, and putting, of course, her own little spin to them.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an amazing record. So you guys be on the lookout for that. I think it's coming out later on this year as well.
And one that I'm really excited about, and I got to meet her last week over at the woman's deal that we did, was Cletty. Man, that woman has a voice on her. Oh my gosh, she's somebody to be looking out for. And I love her new song that's out. And I don't have it with me today. I know we're talking about new music, but that's really, really great. Bobby says, thank you for the explanation. I have a lot of older Hacienda LPs.
Oh,
Ooh,
awesome.
that is
Bobby, I
cool.
would love to know more about that collection that you have. Right now, what I'm trying to do is kind of piece together Rick's musical history. So, unfortunately, a lot of the LPs with the hurricane, that's where the hurricane came in, is there was so much damage to the actual building that we lost a lot of that older stuff. So, all the LPs that we had, the 8 tracks, everything that was basically in this big old vault that we had there, a lot of it was destroyed because of the flooding and the rain and all of that stuff. So, man, Bobby, if you could, reach out to me, I would love to like maybe take some pictures, scans, or whatever of what you have, just to kind of chronologize, everything that Rick has done over his years of the music industry because he's been in this thing for so long. But that would really be awesome.
Yeah, that'd
But
be great.
back to Katie though, like you were saying, she is awesome, and we are. She's one of our artists with CHR Records, and so her project should be coming out later on this year as well. I know they just they're in the beginning stages of everything, so I know that they're screening music and working on arrangements and stuff like that right now in the studio. So that's going to be another really good one this year.
Yeah, and she's just an amazing artist. Because I mean, it was cold, and she went to town, and I was like, I wasn't gonna do that, not in the cold.
Oh, come on. Hey,
No,
I
no,
was
no.
about ready to bust out some Christmas songs. It was the right kind of weather right
Yeah,
there.
it was, but no, 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 no,
I
no.
was like, man, where's Miss Gracie when I need her?
Right to back you up, 100%, 100.
It was so cold, it would have been perfect for Christmas jams.
Right, it was definitely for that. That's for sure. There's a new song that just came out. And I previewed it not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3. It's from what she's been donned the or adorned the title Tejano Princess in that's Madison Pulido and her song
Aw.
Cosquillarte, and I love it because it's got a little bubble gum to it, but it sticks. It's got a nice
Yeah.
little beat. She sings it really, really well. It's very well put together. It's a great song. It's very danceable. I just love the way it sounds, and it's a really, really good song.
And you know what? Madison is the sweetest person
Yes, most
ever. Her
definitely.
and her mom, they are both such great people. And in fact, after our show, we kind of started reaching more out to each other and stuff like that. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll actually get to do a show together at some point this year. So I'm excited about the possibilities. So she's just awesome. She's just an awesome person, awesome artist.
Oh, Gracie just put on there, I'm here. So, no. No
It's only because
pictures.
I'm here. That's why.
Yes, I know. And we're not gonna revisit the TikTok thing. Not today.
Oh, come on, Lawrence.
Here is Madison Pulido Cosquiarte here on Cubo Radio.
Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí. Quiero darte todo mi cariño para que sientas lo que siento por ti. Na, 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 na. Quiero besarte, enamorarte hasta el día que seas para mí. Quiero entregarte toda mi vida, porque tú eres todo mi existir. Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí, abrazarte y cosquillarte hasta que digas que eres para mí. Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí, abrazarte y cosquillarte hasta que digas que eres para mí. Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí. Quiero darte todo mi cariño para que sientas lo que siento por ti. Na, 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 na. Quiero besarte, enamorarte hasta el día que seas para mí. Quiero entregarte toda mi vida, porque tú eres todo mi existir. Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí, abrazarte y cosquillarte hasta que digas que eres para mí. Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí, abrazarte y cosquillarte hasta que digas que eres para mí. Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí, abrazarte y cosquillarte hasta que digas que eres para mí. Quiero verte, también besarte, entregarte lo que pidas de mí.
And we're back with the attack. That was Cosquiarte from Madison Pulido. Sweet little song. I told you it's got that little, you know, it's, I just,
And you know what? I'm so proud of her. I'm so happy for her because that is her first number one.
yeah.
She actually hit number one on Mas Chingon Radio, I believe it was. And I was just so thrilled to see her at the top because, you know, she's been working so hard and it couldn't have happened to a better person.
And she's made that transition from track artist to now she's got a band. She's putting her band together. She's getting ready to start doing gigs. I know. I did one of those things. Norma says I'm enjoying your show. It brings me back to the days with Hacienda and KYZZ. Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, I used to be a back then a radio engineer. You know, that was the technical side of it back then. You know, I was there, you know, back in the day. I was also DJ mix back then. You know, because like I was supposed to be somebody important. Whatever.
You are somebody important. Everybody's somebody important to somebody.
No, 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 no. That's what my buddy
Yes. Oh my
said.
gosh, yes.
You know who's
Oh my
who's got a really good song that came out just recently, and she's a good friend of mine, and that's Carla Cristina. And she's got a new song
Oh
that's called "Yeah,
yes.
porque me fui a enamorarte de ti."
Yeah, that cover that she did. That's oh, it's such a beautiful song.
It's a terrific song. It's wonderful. It's beautiful, and just the way she covered it is just an amazing. And it's bolero. It's not. People keep thinking, but it's a bolero. It's what it is, and just her style of singing, and she's kind of like you. You have that. You're the Etta James of Tejano music, and you have this, this
Aw.
powerful voice, and y'all guys have this ability to control the control, which is very, very, it's very, very. I think one of the things that I love about your voice and Carla Cristina and Alicia C is that y'all are bringing back the the singing ability, the singing talent, because that's not. I'm not saying that there are other women out there that they can't sing, but it's more paramount. It's more at the forefront of what it is that y'all do. It's just amazing. Annika Garza, with
Yeah,
her, you
she's
know,
so amazing.
yeah, that's just really really wonderful, and it's
Mhm.
appreciative. I appreciate that, that talent that y'all are putting forward and just exposing us
Aw.
to totally new, different kinds of Tejano music, just different flavors, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, I think kind of vocally what's happening, what I'm seeing in the women is kind of what happened back in the 90s with your power ballads. You had Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion.
Right,
The list goes on and on and on of all these amazing women with just powerful voices and auto tune. Who needed auto tune back then? Like if
right.
you could sing, you just sang, and that's kind of what we're seeing now. And I really liked something I was listening in the other night with your interview with Alicia C. And Shelly said something like, "Hey, no auto tune," and what a concept, because we kind of went from real singing to auto tune, like everything was auto tune, so anybody and their mom could literally release a song and it would be number one. To where now we're getting more back to organic.
Right.
Even in instrumentation, it's not so crazy, and it makes me feel so good to be a part of that movement, to come back to just the organic sound of music and not using the auto tune. And I'm a big fan of Joss Stone. I don't know if you've ever heard of
Oh
her.
yes, most definitely, I do.
But my favorite part about Joss Stone is she's just so raw and so real, and she sings off key sometimes. She misses a note here, she's flat, she's sharp. It doesn't matter because it feels good.
Hmm.
And that's what I was raised on. I was raised on that good old Motown feel where it's a one take, you're in the studio, it's one take, and it is what it is, but you capture that feel. And I think we're starting to kind of slowly get back there as a genre, and it's so nice to be a part of it, and man, there's just some phenomenal vocalists out there right now. You mentioned Carla Cristina, Alicia C. Oh my gosh, she's one of my favorites. Annika Gabriella, that girl can blow. Wow. There's just so many, like it's hard to keep track of them all because they're just all amazing. And to be honest, I would love to collaborate with each and every one of them because they all have different, how do I say it, just a different timbre to their voices, but they're just so amazing, and they're all super sweet.
And you know what's interesting is they all have different. They're all they're all different as far as their where are they coming from as far as their vocal ability. They're all coming from
Yes.
different backgrounds. Madison just joined us. Madison Polido. She says, "Thank you so very
Yay,
much for playing her song."
Madison.
I'm playing it because it's a good song, Madison. I really do
Yes.
love that song. It's very danceable. It's a beautiful song. And Alicia C just joined us. We were just talking about you, Alicia, and how wonderful you were.
Her ears are burning.
Yeah,
That's why.
it was all good, beautiful. It was all good, it's
Yes.
just that and even with Alicia, when I was interviewing her, one of the things that I really appreciate about her song was she had that Juan Gabriel power move, where it's like this
Mhm.
big power note, and then the quiet, real subtle,
Yeah.
soft note. that comes right after it, and then right back to the power of sound. That takes a lot of, not only a lot of talent, a lot of breath control. Not anybody can do it. That's really just one of those wonderful, wonderful things that you know geez, what can you do? And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a listen to Te Digo Adios from Alicia C.
Yay! That makes me
here
so happy.
on Cubo Radio. Il de Lamas, Indio.
Te juro que te amo, pero me duele tanto saber que tú me traicionaste, me destrozaste el corazón. Te digo adiós y esta vez sí será por siempre. Te digo adiós, hasta aquí llegan tus mentiras. Tu tonta ya no soy, y aunque me mires llorando, será mejor quedarme libre sin tu amor que aguantar otra traición. Te digo adiós, aunque me esté doliendo el alma. Aún te amo, no lo niego, pero yo sí, mi amor, ya quiero que te vayas. Tu tonta ya no soy, y aunque me mires llorando, será mejor quedarme libre sin tu amor que aguantar otra traición. Te digo adiós, aunque me esté doliendo el alma. Será mejor que terminemos este error sin mi amor. Te digo adiós, y es para siempre.
From Alicia C. Ah,
Yay! She's so amazing.
I tried to sing once, and you know what I got? I made a lot of money that day. They paid me to get off the stage. So
Oh, that's
it's
hilarious.
just like, go away, please. It was not good. No, he can't be really singing that bad, can he? So,
That's
uh,
hilarious.
but yeah, it's a see those that's just power, that vocal ability, and that's just one of the things that you really gotta it's wonderful, you know.
Well, she's skillful because, it's one thing to have power, it's another thing to have control and then put it all wrapped up in a nice, pretty bow the way Alicia does. And it's just like, it's just, the girl's got skills.
And you know, the one thing that a lot of these women that we're playing today, they all have in common, like Madison Pulido and Alicia C. And people may think that they're new to Tejano music. They're not new. They're new to Tejano music, but they're not new singers. They've been singing for a long time. You know, they've been doing it for a long time. It's just that this is their push that they've been pushing into it. You know, I know Madison, she's, 2 years ago, she was with David Olivares' Buscando Estrellas program, and, you know, she won that one, and she, you know, she made it. Now she's with a band, you know, which is
Now she's got a number one. Like,
that's pretty
I'm so
awesome.
proud of her.
Yeah, and so, you know, and Alicia C is the same thing. You know, she's been singing all of her life, and then, you know, but she was always shy. She didn't want to do it, you know. And she went viral with one that she just did in a restaurant, you know. And it was just funny because at the end of that video, the guy's going, "Do you want us to play one more?" Dude, she just totally slayed the song.
That's
You should be paying
hilarious.
her, man. Come on, sing with her, please. You know, it's just like, but yeah, you know, it's cool that, you know, and that's one of the main reasons that I like having them on the show, so that way I could tell them, or I could introduce people to them and let people know that even though that you may not have known them before, or they may seem like a new artist to you, they're not new artists. They actually have been doing this for a long time. They're just new to you.
Yeah, another great one is Carla Cristina, because, you know, she's been at this for a while. Maybe not in Tejano, but she's been at this for a while, and it shows in her vocal abilities because she's also amazing. And she's one of my favorites right now that's out. She's one of my favorites.
Well, let's go ahead and take a listen to her, man. This one's called "Por qué me fui a enamorarte de ti." That's her new song. It goes like this.
5 minutos. Quédate solo 5 más. No ves que al parecer por ti tengo una enfermedad. Te estoy llorando. No te vayas tan pronto de mí. Quiero comerte el corazón. Te gritan mis brazos. Necesito tu amor. Porque me fui a enamorar de ti. Si sabía que era prohibido. Nunca quise lastimar. Desearía no saber amar. Porque me fui a enamorar de ti. De este amor clandestino. Tal vez sería el encanto de saber que lo nuestro no está permitido. Ya perdí la conciencia y me he vuelto una sombra de mí. Tal vez sería mejor que lo nuestro se acabe. Necesito dejar de sufrir. Quiero que estemos bien. Sé que tú también lo has pasado mal. Estoy tan confundida, mas no estoy arrepentida. Si pudiera te volvería a amar. Porque me fui a enamorar de ti. Si sabía que era prohibido. Nunca quise lastimar. Desearía no saber saber que lo nuestro no está permitido. Porque me fui a enamorar de ti, de este amor clandestino. Tal vez sería el encanto de saber que lo nuestro no está permitido. Tal vez sería el encanto de saber que lo nuestro no está permitido.
Now that's what you call a powered ballad right there.
Yes.
And Diana Zavala, who's Alicia C's mom, she says, "Thank you so very much for support of my daughter Alicia C and those beautiful new artists. God bless them all, and God bless you." Well, thank you so very much, Deanna, for helping,
Yes,
for
thank
for
you.
chiming in, and for acknowledging us as you know what we support them because it's good music. Good music should be heard, and that's all. And
Yes.
you know, it's okay to like good music. And here's Carla Christina. She says, "Thank you for the constant support."
Oh, hey,
And thank you,
Carla.
hey, Carla. She says, "Thank you, saludos amigos." It's good music is good music, and I just love the fact that when we talked about this song, she was like, "I'm not sure, I don't know," and I was like, "Baby, it's a beautiful song." And I knew one thing: I was gonna play it. That's all that really mattered to me. But you know,
And her voice is just so amazing. She knocked it out of the park.
oh yeah, most definitely, it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. Great rendition. It's her song. That's the thing. She made it her own with her beautiful voice.
Yes.
Diego, I call him I call him the Wizard of Oz. you know, he's just amazing. And then also Miguel. Miguel just released a new song just recently. He's crying. Miguel just released a new song with Carla Cristina called Herida. And that's a great song. Also, I didn't get a chance to put it on this list today,
Mhm.
but that's a great song. And Miguel was also playing in her song there. And he's a consummate musician, wonderful. I call him the young Ram voice of Tejano music because he reminds me of Ram. He's got that that real you know that Clint Black voice. Yeah,
Yes.
he's got a great voice. So uh, uh, you know it's just wonderful to hear all this new music from all these artists, and I'm glad that you're with me, helping me celebrate some of this new music that just recently came out, just so that way we could catch up with a lot of the stuff that we didn't get a chance to really kind of celebrate some of this music because it's all good music and it needs to be seen,
Yeah.
it needs to be heard, it
Exactly.
needs to be talked about, so that way people can get that opportunity to hear it.
I mean, how can I not? Like, it's just so. There's just not even a word for it because there's just so many different voices, so many different timbres of voices, but they're all amazing in their own individual way, and they're just so powerful and skillful, and kind of like what we were talking about earlier. It's time in the genre where it's like real music again. It's back
Yeah,
to the organic. It's back to the real voices. It's back to the no auto tune, and just it takes skill to actually sing in tune. It takes skill to do what these women do, and it's so refreshing that it's happening now. And I'm so honored to be able to be a part and witness it.
hmm
And these women need to be recognized. They deserve to be recognized for their talent and for their hard work and effort, because not anybody can sing like these girls.
no,
And I'm sure they'll be like, oh yeah, you go in the studio and it's studio magic, but what they do vocally, you can't reproduce that in studio magic and have that feel. And that really is the trick. That's how you know it's legit, because they have that, like, you feel it So it's not just a whole bunch of pretty notes and pretty runs and stuff like that, because really
Right.
anybody can do that. But can you have all of that and make somebody feel something? And these women do that, from Alicia C to Carla Cristina, Annika, Sonia de la Paz, Madison Pulido. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. There are just so many amazing women. Gabriela Martinez, they're just so amazing. And to be included in that group, it's really, truly an honor, because it's just it's bursting with talent right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, Carla Christina just chimed in and she says so many great and talented artists out there, and it's true.
Yes.
Actually, I didn't get a chance to see Sonia de la Paz. She just performed at the Jalapeno Fest this past weekend, and she says, "And you, Ilda."
Oh, Carla, you're so sweet.
I second that motion because I got to see her last week over in Brownsville, and she knocked it out of the park. I didn't even get a chance to videotape her. I wasn't all like this. Just like,
You're so silly.
but no, I was talking about Sonia de la Paz, man. And, every time I watch her, she's just amazing. She's
Dude, check
great.
out Carla's video. Carla went live. You
Mhm.
have to check it out, because you get to see the whole Sonia experience. And I'm a big Sonia de la Paz fan. I have been since, like, God, back when she was with the Jolly Ranchers. That's
Yeah,
another one that has just been in this industry for so long, but it's kind of like she's been this hidden gem,
yeah.
because she's new to Tejano, but she's not new to the industry. She's amazing. And I've been a huge fan for so many years. But man, I was so excited, because that same day, we had the grand opening. And then I was like, oh my God, Carla went live. Okay, yes. So I've already watched it like 3 times, and it's amazing. It gets better
She's
and better every single time.
she's worth studying as far as stage presence is concerned, man. That woman commands the stage. She did. She's Carla says, yeah, Sonia de la Paz killed it at the. She did. She definitely did. I had to let her know. I was like, oh my gosh. First of all, can that woman be any more beautiful? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And but she has a way of just. She's a very, 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 very polished entertainer. Commands that stage, and plus that singing ability, and like you said, all the different timbers of music, the vocals, voices that are out there, and everything else. But just that's such it's such it's such an asset to the Tejano industry that we have today, with all of the different sounds and all of the different people and all of the different avenues that people are coming in with their music and sharing their talent and sharing their love. That's one of the reasons that I've said to you before, and I've said to a lot of artists. You've heard me say this before. I envy you because you bring love and you bring some of your heart to this industry. People will fall in love to your music. People will kiss for the first time to your music. People will dance for the first time to your music. You bring this gift, and music is eternal, and it's admirable. It's something that I envy, because that's a great gift that you bring to this. You, Ilda, and all of y'all, Carla, Christina, Madison, and all of y'all. It's just wonderful that y'all guys are willing to share with us, and to let me be a small tiny part of that is just so wonderful. I'm so thankful that I can get to share with y'all, and talk to y'all, and I can tell people, hey, check it out. I'm friends with these people. Say,
Right. And that's the crazy part, because all of these phenomenal women, I can honestly say that they are my friends. And it's crazy sometimes when you think about it. I was sitting there watching, I think it was Domingo Live. Yeah, it was Domingo Live, and they played Carla Christina's new video. And I was like, wow, like, that's my friend. So
mm,
it's not just like a superstar status, because Carla Christina is such a superstar. But I was like, wow, that's my friend I get to watch on TV. And not very many people can say that. Like, you know how cool that is?
yeah, that is
And
cool.
sometimes I have to pinch myself, because I'm like, wow, like, I know her. Like, she's a real person, and she's super sweet. And so it's just awesome to be surrounded by so many phenomenal women in this industry right now, that just bring it each and every time with every performance.
And it's wonderful also because we have people like Shelly Lattis, who's helping lead the way. She's sharing her knowledge, because
Yes.
she's a leader, in the industry. And yes, she bowed out this last year from touring. She's still very well. She's very much involved. As a matter of
I mean,
fact,
yeah, look at all the amazing women. I mean, you've got
she's
Annika, you've got Alicia C. I mean, that's Shelley written all over it right there.
I know.
You
Yeah,
know,
she's got a bunch
creating
of
that amazing platform for these women. And my only thing is, I'm a little jelly because hey, I'm not on that list, but that's okay. She knows my feelings. She knows I really want to work with her, and we've already discussed it. So I'm hoping soon, sometime this year, we're going to get that done. We actually got the opportunity to sit there and chit chat, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We've got some thoughts.
Yeah, Alicia says you're on TV too. You're streaming on my computer right now, actually.
Aw, Alicia, you're such a sweetheart.
I know. Thank you.
I paid them
Alicia.
to put it on TV.
Right. Yes.
I paid Alicia to write that.
That's what it is. It's like, here's your $5. I'm going to send it to you later on this evening.
Why do you say $5? I had to pay her 20, man.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I don't know. No, but it's true. It's just wonderful to see all the collaborations and everything else. And, and I was like I told you before, I was kind of a little guilty of saying, the women takeover because that's wrong. It's not. It's women getting the respect that they deserved all along. Finally getting the
Finally.
recognition. That is the correct pronunciation or the correct way to address what's happening, because it should have been happening from the very beginning. It shouldn't have been something that's new or inspiring or anything. It should have happened already. And women like Shelly Lattis fought for that. Women like Patsy Torres and all of
Stephanie
these.
Montiel,
Montiel and
Queenie C.
yeah, and
Like, there's just so many women. Lisa Lopez.
just from the very beginning, and Elsa Garcia and all of them, these were the trailblazers that opened the door. But it's time. It is time. It is time. And so let's celebrate the year, the decade of the woman, and there's nothing wrong with celebrating that.
And you know what? We are here and we're ready to bring it. That's like the beauty of it, because it's like, hey, we're here and we're going to make sure you hear us.
And not only that, it's stepping up the game, because other people, the men are starting to do the same thing. Cristelo's got a new song that's coming out that's a mariachi song, and oh my gosh, he's knocking it out of the park as well. Chris Taylor says, who runs the world? Girls. Who runs the world? Girls.
Yes. I love it. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay. You forget, I am a guy here, okay? It's like,
You're horribly outnumbered.
and my brother's like, good night.
He's like, I'm done.
He's
like, bro, you are on your own.
I know I love you to death, brother, man. I'm sorry, man. He's a Bronze Star winner. He's a veteran like myself. Thank you so very much. He's also the reason that I am alive today. Without his generous gift of life, I would not be here.
Wow.
So I truly appreciate his not only his gift of service, but also his gift of life to me. If you have that opportunity to be a donor, be a donor. I highly encourage it. Yeah, people don't know that minorities are they only comprise of 7% of the donors in this world.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really. She's laughing at me, Carla.
You know what, Lawrence? That would be really fun. Let's just get all of these fantastic, phenomenal women, and let's just do a whole show with all of them on here live. And it'd be all of us against you.
That's okay. Not what I'm looking forward to, but you know what? I can host up to 25 people. And if y'all want to be on the show, I will send y'all all a link. Y'all are all welcome to join me. Just be nice.
I don't know, ladies. What do you think?
Let's go ahead and play another song. This one's for me. my sister-in-law, Mona, who's also a veteran, she says, sounds like a great plan.
I love it.
She's like, that's an amazing idea, says Carla. No, 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 it's okay. So
I
let's
know how
go.
soon can we make this happen.
So, there's another great person that is here from West Texas who's just released a song, and she's also one of those that has a great vocal ability. And she's new to Tejano music, but she's not a new singer. And in general, she's actually released. She's really an interesting person because of the fact that she writes a lot of music, but she writes it in English. And then she kind of challenged Jonathan Espinosa. She's worked with Jonathan Espinosa, who also works with Carla Cristina. And she writes a lot of music in English and says, hey, could we turn this into a Spanish song or cumbia and everything else? This is a new song that she just released just recently, and it's dedicated to her husband because her husband's like, well, you did that one for the kids. You've done it for your sister and blah, blah, blah. But what about me? And so this one's written for her, for him, and it's because she's not one of those lovey-dovey kind of people. It's called Te Quiero Más from Rita Cappuccino. Cappuccina.
awesome.
It's a really good song. It goes like this. This is Indio. That's Hilda Lama. This is Cuba Radio, where we're all ganging up on Lawrence today, I guess. I don't know. Te Quiero Más, Rita Cappuccino.
Me dices cada día cuánto me quieres, que me vas a querer hoy y siempre. Te quiero más, te quiero más. Me miras como si fuera la más bella, me abrazas como si fuera el último abrazo. Te quiero más, te quiero más. A veces me pregunto si por ti siento lo mismo. Tu amor por mí es el más grande en el mundo. Ya no sé cómo explicarlo. Te quiero más, te quiero más, te quiero más, Me dices que yo soy la mujer de tus sueños, que este es un amor que todos desean. Te quiero más, te quiero más. Me despiertas todos los días besando mi cara, me cuidas como si fuera una reina. Te quiero más, te quiero más. A veces me pregunto si por ti siento lo mismo. Tu amor por mí es el más grande en el mundo. Ya no sé cómo explicarlo. Te quiero más, te quiero más, te quiero más, te quiero más. Cuando estoy contigo no tengo miedo, me vuelves loca, bésame mucho. Como te quiero, como te adoro, todo es más bonito contigo a mi lado. Te quiero más.
Te quiero más. See, I was a backup singer. You didn't know that, but yeah, I was. No, just kidding. I wasn't.
Hey, you know what? All the great vocalists are backup singers at one point in their lives.
I was never a backup singer.
Hey, even Mariah Carey did her time as a backup singer.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but
That's
I'm
how she started.
Norma Pacina says, "Wow, I love it. It's good to see Tejana's back in the limelight. Go Rita, support Tejano 2023." That's right, very much so.
Yes.
That's right. Thank you so very much, Norma, for chiming in on that one. That was very, very true. And I don't think it's just that it's just going to be 2023. I think it's here to stay. I think one of the things that's, there's so many people that are making their very solid foundation. You know, uh, uh, I remember back in the day, you had to have the same formula. If you were, like, remember, like, Priscilla y su Vala de Plata. A
Yes.
lot of them were like cumbias, just
Mhm.
cumbias, just cumbias, just cumbias, just cumbias, and you couldn't veer away too far away from that, because if you did, then it really didn't work out for you. But I mean, Carla put on her first album, it had everything, and here
Yeah.
she's done it again. Rita, she did a cumbia, she did a ranchera, and then she did an English song, and then now she's doing the cumbia. I mean, she's doing, and I love the fact that it's all playing, it's all out there. Look
Yeah.
at your music you did, Christmas music you did, and you're everywhere. I love your catalog, because you remember when we did the interview with you, we did your whole entire catalog, because I love everything that you've done, and
Aw.
I love playing all of it, because it's good music. I love all of it.
But
But
it's just taken a while though because when I first came out on the scene, Tejano wasn't as accepting.
right,
And I think now the genre itself is now what is Tejano? That's the real question. What is Tejano? Because
hmm,
it's not just the cumbia, it's not just the ranchera. It's now it's like I am a Tejana. So what do you mean it doesn't fit? This
right.
is who we are. And I want to turn you on to another group, and I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they're here in the valley, and they're called the Texas Sweethearts.
Texas Sweetheart.
And I'm gonna send you some links. And if my good friend Elisa de Hoyos is on, she sat in with me this weekend and she played accordion for me, and she is amazing, amazing. But the Texas Sweethearts is a family band. Like her mom sings leads vocals and plays guitar, and I mean it's just the whole family. It's just amazing. But that right there, I mean, they do Tejano, conjunto, country, rock and roll, you name it, they do it all. But to me, it's Tejano because it's all bilingual, it's all of who they are. And I think the days of just saying, okay, Tejano music is just a cumbia, just a ranchera, just a bolero, they're gone. It's out the door because you know what? We're a mix of everything,
Yeah,
and when I first came out on the scene, a lot of my music wasn't accepted in Tejano. I wasn't accepted in Tejano. I was too American.
mhm,
And it's funny when I think about it now because I'm just like, wow, to see from there to where we are now, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm so happy that now the genre of Tejano has expanded because you now see all these different things coming into play. And it's a beautiful thing. Monica Saldivar, oh my God, some of her music is just so powerful and amazing. And can you believe at one point that probably would not have been accepted as Tejano, but now we accept it.
right.
And it's so awesome because we're not closing ourselves off to just amazing music and amazing artists.
Some of the stuff that Shelley has written, for other artists, like the I Am a Child. That song, powerful, 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 powerful song. It's in English. Oh man, I don't think that would have gotten played 10 years ago. I don't think so.
No.
And as powerful and as poignant, as direct as it was, no, I don't think so. you know and speak of somebody that we were talking about earlier,
Ah,
Sonia de la Paz,
Sonia!
saludos. Welcome, Sonia. Welcome. We were
Her
just
ears must
talking
have
about
been
you.
burning too.
We were just talking about you, girlfriend.
We
How
were talking
you
about how you tore it up at Jalapeno Fest.
Yes, and it was wonderful to see the video, that how you killed it, and how you continue to be doing so awesome. And thank you so very much for all you do as an inspiration. And actually, I have a small story to share with you about Sonia de la Paz. I was there watching her. She was performing at in the destination in Midland, and this little girl, she was maybe 8 years old. She was celebrating her birthday, and she wanted to meet Sonia. And Sonia was singing, and
Aw.
she got off the stage and she went out and took a picture with this little girl. And what people don't often see is that little girls are seeing you up on stage, and they see you as an inspiration too as well. And that was just, it was wonderful to see that she was still gracious enough to take time out of the set to still go down there and give the little girl a hug, and I think she gave her a T-shirt, I believe, and
Aw.
autographed it and everything else, and that's way cool. That's the Sonia de la Paz that I know, and she's an amazing person and pretty awesome. And the Wizard of Oz is just as cool too. So he's pretty awesome. But yeah, no, that's that's really really cool. And but yeah, it's good to see the new movement, to see the change, and
Yes.
like I said, it's the base, the fact that they're able to move and still share and everything else. And Sonia just chimed in. Thanks. So it's so thoughtful of Sonia. Yes, it was. Sonia's my cousin. She's
Aw.
thank you, cuz she's like my little sister. She's like a year younger than I am. So, and no, that was my bike. So we're done talking about it. We've been arguing for years now. Just she's like, "What are you talking about? You blasted me on your radio station." No, but no, it's been good celebrating some of the new music. She's laughing about it too. It's been good celebrating some of the new music that's been out there, and hopefully we can do this again. I want to encourage anybody that's listening to us, or anybody that's watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, or on Mixcloud, or on Twitch. If you know of a band, or if you know of an artist that has not had any airplay or has some good music, reach out to us. Reach out to me. You can admin at cuboradio.live. Send me some of their information. Send me or contact me through Facebook or through whichever way. Just go ahead, and my contact information is there, where you can contact me, and send me their music, and I will guarantee you I will listen to it, and I will give it an opportunity to hear. And I firmly believe good music needs to be heard, and I will play, and everything else. The hammer, man, is what I did not hit her with a hammer. If anybody's wondering, did not happen. Did not happen. just just saying. But no, but if new music, I'm always open to new music. Just let us hear it. Um, it's 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 what we're here for, right?
Yes,
New music.
exactly.
And you never know. We can just give you an opportunity, give you a chance, and it could be your story. So, Ilda, do you have anything, sweetheart? We're coming to the end.
You know what? It's just been a great show, and I'm so happy that we had some of our phenomenal female artists chime in with us tonight. So, special thank you to them, Carla Cristina, Sonia de la Paz, Alicia C., and everybody who's just watching, Madison Pulido. Um, Man, just the sky is the limit for these women, and for some of these new up and coming acts altogether. There's some men that are really tearing down some doors too, and they're doing a great job. And so, you know what? Just be on the lookout. Go out and support them. Stream their music. Watch their videos. Share it. Um, all of that goes so far, and every little bit helps.
Yeah, most definitely. Also, if you want to get a hold of any of their merch, I know Carla Cristina, you can get a hold of her through her Facebook, as well as Sonia de la Paz. She's got Sonia de la Paz, her website. You can get her merch through there. Madison Pulido as well. Uh, I do believe that Carla Cristina and Madison and Sonia de la Paz, they have their Chingona tour that they're doing. So if you want to get them to perform, they're doing it together, which is pretty cool. And I've seen them perform together, and I'm telling you, it's a great show. It's pretty awesome. Carlos Pops, man, he plays the drums, and he's just like phenomenal. He's all over the place. Um, uh, uh, who else came on here? Oh, Alicia C. She's got some new merch that's coming out. It's pretty amazing. Mary Ruth is just such just a phenomenal designer and just creator herself, and she's got some new stuff lined up that Alicia was telling me about that I know it's going to be amazing. I haven't seen it myself, but I do know that I have faith in her that she's going it's just going to blow us out of the water. So she's going to have some. Where's your merch, Mija? Where do
Mine is on my website, hildalamas.com. And I have like a whole store going on up there. So
And then also CHR Records, like I said, like we said before, be on the lookout for some of the stuff that, that's going to make its way back.
yes.
I highly suggest that y'all guys check out Clary. That's my new muse.
That's my
I
favorite.
I would say my new crush. I mean, she's just I can't help it. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. I went to take 2 pictures. I ended up with like 100,000 of them. It was just I'm just exaggerating, of course, but I mean she's
You're
gorgeous.
really not exaggerating. See, he says at the story why he doesn't have any video or photos of me for that whole night was because he was so mesmerized by my voice. But really, he was mesmerized by Clady.
It's-
That's what it was. Like, it's the truth, Lawrence. It's
I was
okay. You're
talking
mad, we
to
get
her.
it.
I was okay. I have
See,
to
and
admit
with
that.
that, he has nothing.
I have nothing to say, but a big shout out to one of my favorite names in Tejano music, Patricia Archuleta Fincher Mancini, who's joining us today. Thank you so very much. And you know what? Yeah, you're right. I have to admit it. So sorry.
It's okay. See, look, Lawrence, women already know. Like, you can make up all these stories and this and that. We know. Like, we know. Like, okay, it's okay. But it's one of those where I'm one of those. Like, just be honest from the get go, because I already know the truth. Like, I have eyes.
You're making
And
me
I
blush.
think, and Rick is guilty of this too. Like, he thinks that I don't see what's going on when I'm on stage, but that's really the best seat in the house. When you're on stage, you get to see everything that's going on.
Patricia
We
says hi,
know.
and Sonia goes, "Yes, we know."
Yes. And we wait for just the right moment to call you out on it.
All right, you dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. So, with that being said, like I said before, go to the shows, support the artists. They all have some future dates coming up. I know, Hilda, you got some stuff coming up as well.
do.
Be looking out for her as well. Thank you so very much for for inviting me to the show that's last week, this past
Of
weekend.
course.
That was really awesome for the women. I really enjoyed being part of that, and also for the wonderful job that y'all did this past weekend with the Conjunto Museum. That was really awesome.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait for you to come down and look at it, Lawrence. Like, it's amazing. It really, really is. And, I kind of got like, guys, when it's show day for me and I'm performing, I like to just kind of hang out in the car away from people. It's not that I don't want to be around people, but it kind of like gets me into the zone before I get on stage. And so at the very end of the night, after the crowd had already gone and it was just the Avilas and just a handful of people, I had the opportunity to go inside the museum and actually look at it for what it is. And it's a beautiful, beautiful. And Elisa de Hoyos, the accordion player that helped me, and she's also with the Texas Sweethearts, she is also a painter. And so some of her art is displayed there in the museum. And so, it's just amazing. I can't talk enough about her. She's amazing. And I can't wait for you to actually hear her and hear their music. And but yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check out the museum. It's really something to take in. It's an experience.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see y'all later. We're gonna leave y'all with Amor Condicional, which is Hilda's song, in her music video. We'll leave you with that one. And if you guys, if you're feeling down, if you have you're not feeling up to par, if you're doubting yourself, just remember every day planes take off against the wind. Diana Zavala, she says good night and have a blessed evening. Thank you so very much for joining us, Diana.
Yes,
Thank
good
you
night,
for
everyone.
letting your daughter share her time with us. Alicia C is a beautiful person, a beautiful soul. I really love her company. She's a wonderful person. Hilda, thank you so very much, sweetheart. And
Aw, thank you.
here is Amor Condicional. I am NDO. That is Hilda Lamas. This is Cuba Radio.
Un amor sincero, eso quiero yo de ti. Un amor divino, solo para mí. Un amor que tenga la fuerza de un huracán. Un amor completo, no migajas que me das. Solamente pido que me des tu atención. No seré esa gata que maulle por tu amor. A mí me vas a amar con 6 sentidos. A mí me vas a dar lo que te pido. Amante sin control de noche y día. Amantes de verdad no se limitan. Si es un amor condicional, y esos me encuentro a la vuelta de la esquina. Tal vez en tu vida fue común amar así. Yo no soy perfecta, pero en esta